Hello, good afternoon VC, this is Steve here. I hope everybody's okay and keeping well. Just want to show a few albums today. The first lot are a charity shop haul. We have them in England now, there's hundreds of them. Every single street corner you'll find various charity shops representing the various charities. And unfortunately over here they're not very good for records, because the records there tend to be very, very scratched and damaged, and the titles generally is not what your great grandmother would buy if you got one. They're just sort of thrown in there and they're just not worth buying. But today I've struck gold. Only went in there on the off to try and find a book, musical book or something to read, and I had a quick look in the record section and I found some really, really good stuff. The first album is by an American band, and this album, this is an original pressing and it's absolutely pristine condition. The vinyl's good, and as you can see the cover, apart from a bit of scraping, which is normal for a cover this old, and I paid a princely price of £2 for it, and my eyes absolutely exploded when I saw it. I just couldn't believe it for a Molly Hatchet LP, and I believe they've reissued all of these. But I think I got Scott on his channel, he's a big Molly Hatchet fan, and I believe he put them on to me because I quite like southern rock. Bands like Black Oak of Kansas and that sort of stuff, Lynyrd Skynyrd. But the second one, another Molly Hatchet album, again in absolutely amazing condition, Double Trouble Live. This album, it actually pulls out into a lovely gate, and you've got all pictures of the band. Now, I'm not going to get them out, but you can trust me on the fact that the vinyl's in absolutely pristine condition. There's slight ring wear there, that's no problem. There's no sort of scraping or anything, but these are just fantastic pickups, especially from a charity shop as well. For what, £3 I paid for that album. Now the third pickup was a band I've never heard before. They sort of ring a very, very faint bell, and that was the Georgia Satellites. And again, that was £2, and I believe this album is the mid-80s, on 86 I think, and it's on the Elektra label. But again, only £2, and there's no way was I going to leave this album behind. And it's in absolutely pristine condition. I'll just pull this one out so you can take a look. It's a bit dusty, but there's no surface marks or anything like that, and it's Elektra pressing. I was really, really chuffed to get this. It's a bit dusty, but that's about it. Everything else is perfect. It's like the other albums as well. They were a bit dusty. There's no surface marks or anything like that. It was just a neat pickup. I picked up about 8 or 9 CDs, but I'm not going to show them all because a few of them ain't heavy metal. But I did buy this, treat myself to Aerosmith, Devil's Got a New Disguise. A great little pickup. And I also got Jimi Hendrix. This is a comp, but it's got I think I might have this, but if not I'd like it in the collection again. But it's got all the huge hits, Purple Haze, Hey Joe, and it just shows you what an amazing guitar player he was, and you know, just a great performer. It's got Voodoo Child, so I always pick that up, especially for £2. So then there were my charity shop pickups. Now I picked up a few more bits as well today. The next pickup was this album, another Wasp album, but this time it's Chainsaw Charlie. Absolute killer cover, and I couldn't believe it. Not another Wasp in another week, and it's just a cool pickup for £2. It's got Chainsaw Charlie, Murders in the New Morgue, Phantoms in the Mirror, and on the flip side, Story of Jonathan. And it's got a killer gatefold. But inside, if it's blur, it's not your eyesight, it is 3D. So, you know, your eyesight's not failing, unlike mine. But yeah, it's got all the lyrics there of the song as well. When Jonathan, he's sort of Charlie talking to Jonathan. It's just a great, great song, and it's a great pickup as well. Really chuffed with that. The next one is something I've never come across before, and in America I thought it was German space rock, to be honest with you, and that was this album. and it's been staring at me for a while now, and I was pretty sure it was German space rock, but I was proven wrong. It's American rock. I was going to pull it for that cover. It's just lovely. The colour's just amazing. I just didn't know what genre it was. I thought it was maybe a funk album, or maybe a 70s soul, that sort of music. But then I looked it up, and I wasn't going to be brutally honest. I was going to leave it in the shelf, but I thought no, I'll give it a go. And apparently it was American rock. We checked it out today. You can see the track listing on the back, and it's just got a cool cover. But it's finally coming home with me anyway. So for what I pay for it, it definitely is. Now I've got some VCLT for John Bitbot Boom. I've tried to contact you, my friend, but I picked these two up. This is a band called Crazy Cavern in the Rhythm Rockers, and it's Hillbilly, or yeah, it is Hillbilly. No, not Hillbilly, Rockabilly. Sorry about that, slip of the tongue. And I saw one of your videos, and you said how much you liked it. And if you haven't got this album, I'll be happy to send you it, my friend. There's the track listing. I hope you can see that. And this album's got a bit of scraping on the side, and it's got a few surface marks, but it's in great condition. But there's another one as well, and this album, I should say, is pristine. It's a cracking album. Again, Crazy Cavern, and Rhythm Rockers, and it's Rockabilly. It's got a great front cover, and there's the track listing there. I'll give you a couple of seconds to have a look at it. Is that alright? Yeah. But if you want these two in your collection, John, just send me your address, and I'll dispatch them to you, because you never see this stuff in our record store. It's the one in Canby, the Rock Box, and you never see it. And I thought, I was watching one of your films, funny enough, maybe a week ago, and you were talking about Rockabilly, about London and stuff like that, and I believe you spent some time in London. Then I went down the record store. Oh, I thought John might like these, so get back to me, my friend, and if you want them, they're yours. Right, what's next? Oh, another local band. This band is Saxon 12-inch. Now, this album's off the album Crusader. It's called Sailing to America. It's probably the only Saxon album I haven't got, because I can't find one in decent condition. But Saxon are a local band, I believe, from Stoke-on-Trent, but they're definitely somewhere in Staffordshire. And that's a picture of them. As we all know, some of the albums Saxon released didn't sort of come up to the scratch or come up to the standard of their covers, but I thought I'd pick this up anyway. It's just got a killer cover on it, so that was a definite. Now to some good stuff. I picked up this album. This I had to pay a bit of money for, but not much. Merciful Fate Live. From the Depths of Hell. This was King. I'm not going to go talk too much about it, because we all know it's King Diamond. But it's just another fantastic pickup, and it's in beautiful condition. I'll just show you the label, and I can't wait to listen to this. I'm a big Fate fan, and I just really can't. I couldn't believe it. I was supposed to go to a record fair yesterday in Reading, but unfortunately I couldn't make it. And I got a couple of records bought for me, and I picked them up this morning. But I just called it a day. The weather's a bit funny here, and I just didn't fancy it. But another album I got picked up is UK thrash metal, and it's this band. This is a band called Virus. This band arrived a bit late in the thrash scene, and I believe they're still going, because they sort of had a hiatus for 20 years. Then I think they got back together last year, and I think the rumour is they're recording another album. This is UK thrash metal. This album I believe is 1988. I'll try it. It's got a killer cover on, and I'll show. It's got that's the track listing, and they were sort of. It's a stand-up sort of thrash album. What you got to remember was you got the big four then, and you had a lot of competition. But this album does hold water, and I believe they came from Brighton, which is a place we know well. I used to go there as a kid, and a bit of pop memorabilia. pop information. If you remember the film Quadrophenia, that was The Who. That was filmed in Brighton. It was about mods and the rockers, and there used to be a big dust up with the scooters and the motorbikes, and that used to be Brighton. A lot of it happened in Brighton. So that's a bit of stupid history for you. But yeah, this is a thrash. I'll show you this album again. It's a thrash metal outfit called Virus. But I was listening to this in the shop, and it's a killer album. It's really, really brutal. Just how you want your thrash metal to be. Talking of thrash metal, this was the most expensive pickup today, and this is Megadeth's 10th album. This is a limited edition as well, because there's only 1,000 of these. It's 180 gram vinyl, and this was their 10th studio album. I've got number 843, and this is obviously it's come out of some of these collections. It's still in a Blake. So I'll just pop it open and let's have a look inside. Yeah, it's got the lyric sheet inside. Now, I'm not going to talk about the Big Four too much, because Farley did that in one of his films. Oh, it's on orange vinyl, look. Oh wow, so that's why it's limited. And it's on Killer. I'll pull it out. It's on orange vinyl. That's why it must be limited. Look at that. Well, you can see that this album will glow in the dark. It's radioactive. Oh, it's splatter vinyl as well. Love that. Yeah, can you see that, folks? But yeah, I'm not going to discuss this album too much, because Farley did best 10 thrash albums, and I was quite chuffed really, because I genuinely agree with him. Yeah, Megadeth, they were a late band for me, because when we had the Big Four, my favourite of the Big Four was Slayer, and I still am today. I'm a big, massive Slayer fan. Sadly, I've only got one CD of theirs, because if you look at my introductory video, you'll know why, so I'm not going to explain it. But the second favourite was Metallica, and that's who I listened to. I heard Megadeth in the time, but I never sort of bought any of their records. But the other band was Anthrax. I didn't like them. I've got to be brutally honest, I just did not like Anthrax. And I heard a lot of their stuff, and when everybody was buying the first 3 or 4 albums, I left them well alone. It just wasn't my cup of tea. My thing was, it just wasn't brutal enough for me. I was into bands like Wasp, Slayer, and I like my metal brutal. And I'm rediscovering them at the moment, Anthrax. But I had to pick this Megadeth album up. This is, as I said, the 10th studio album, 2004. And it was just a great pickup for what I paid for it. It's not an original, but I don't think they had albums then, but it's in pristine condition anyway. So I was really, really grateful to get that one. But the next album, I think that's the... Oh no, it's not. I missed the best one out. I got another Lawnmower Death album. I don't know which one this is, but it's on the Earache label again, and it's this album. Sorry, I'm all over the place today because I've got records everywhere, and that's this one. And this is the next. I don't know if it's the first or the second, but this is a great outfit. They only ever made 3 albums. The third one I've already shown. I've got a feeling I might be wrong. This could be the second. But it's got some great title tracks, which I'm not going to read out for the sake of decency. But this is another band. They originated from Nottingham. And if you ever see a Death album, especially the first 2, pick them up. And it comes with a nice picture of the band. And as I said before, what I love about Lawnmower Death is they never took themselves seriously, and they're just great albums to pick up. So if you ever do get the opportunity, I urge you to do so. And this is the actual record. It's on the Earache label. Sorry about that, everything's mirrored and it sort of throws me a bit. But yeah, I was well pleased to get this one in the collection as well. Another cheap buy is this band. It's an American glam band, and that's Faster Pussycat, Wake Me Up When It's Over. I got it cheap as chips, this one. It's from LA, I believe. This band was this because they were good then. It was sort of when they were at the height. I think the next album did better, but this was still a good album for them. But I must admit, I haven't heard this album for many years, so I can't really talk about it. But it was a great pickup for a couple of quid. So I was well. Sorry, I just dropped one of my cases. I was well chuffed to pick it up. That's me offering this week, and I just thought you'd like to see some of the stuff I was picking up. And it looks like it's going to kick down with rain here, so I'm glad the weather stayed good for me. I just want to give a big shout out to everybody on the VC. I am watching your films and I'm really enjoying them. Please stay metal, that's Renee, but stay friendly to each other, and I'll see you soon. I'm going back home Friday and I've got some great videos coming up planned, but unfortunately I can't do the competitions and I can't do a lot of stuff because my record collection isn't here, and I just can't go, I haven't got enough stuff here to go through to get enough stuff out what the competitions entries require. But anyway folks, take care all, and I'll see you next time. Take care, bye.